Closing arguments in the Lindsay Clancy case wrapped up. It's the most talked about trial in the country right now as it goes to the jury. Clancy is the Connecticut native and the Quinnipiac grad accused of murdering her 3 children, though she claims it was because she was in the grip of postpartum psychosis and bipolar disorder. Your reporter Dylan Fearon is live outside the Plymouth County Superior Court in Massachusetts as the jury gets set to deliberate. Dylan, I also understand there have been a lot of protesters and supporters out there for her.
Yes, Cal, we'll get to that in just a couple of minutes. The jury is set to deliberate any minute now. The closing arguments are over. The judge has given his final instructions to the jury. The jury lottery is complete as well. We'll get to that in a couple of minutes as well. But, Kara, these closing arguments were emotional, they were tense, and for both sides, they were harsh and blunt. Both sides given up to an hour, Kara, for their closing arguments, and both sides pretty much used all of it. Lindsay Clancy's attorney, Kevin Reddington, says the prosecution has ripped her soul out, trying to make it seem like she intentionally killed her children and was in the right state of mind. But Reddington says she was in a postpartum psychosis, that she sought help for months leading up to the killings, help from mental health providers, called a suicide hotline, checked herself into a hospital, that she was prescribed more than a dozen different medications in a short window, which contributed to her mental deterioration. But the prosecution saying Clancy planned all of it, that she tracked her husband's location that night in 2023, sent him out to pick up takeout and medication to make sure she was alone with her 3 children, 5-year-old Cora, 3-year-old Dawson, 8-month-old Callan, all strangled to death using exercise bands. Then Clancy attempted suicide, survived it, and is paralyzed from the waist down.
I told you in the opening statement that this is a prosecution that has ripped the soul out of this girl. This is what they had. This is their family. How does this turn into this? How? Because of the damn medicine and the lousy medical care that she got.
This case is not about our mental health system or how it treats women or what's in the DSM-5 and what's not. That's a distraction to get you angry and passionate about an important issue, but an issue that's not on trial here. What's on trial here, what the issue is here, is what Lindsay Clancy did the night of January 24th, 2023, and what her mental state was at the time.
Now, Kara, Lindsay Clancy is 36 years old. We talked about the Connecticut connection. She's from Wallingford, attended Lyman Hall High School, attended and graduated from Quinnipiac University. She graduated in 2010, was studying biology, eventually became a nurse. She was also on the Division I acrobatics and tumbling team at Quinnipiac. So now the jury set to deliberate. There was also the jury lottery, Kara. 18 jurors who sat in during this 5-week trial. They just did the lottery to pick the 12 jurors who will be deliberating and the 6 official alternates. So, Kara, you mentioned supporters, protesters as well. Not so many right outside the courthouse now, but it is at capacity inside the courtroom. Even some people here, Kara, waiting to get in at 2 o'clock in the morning. Much more coming up at 1 o'clock, Kara. I'm your reporter live in Plymouth, Massachusetts. Dylan Fearon, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.